Hi, I'm Eli Penn. I'm going to be answering the question of what I would do if I was stuck in an elevator with Elliot Grainge. After the first moments of anxiety and frustration and panic have sort of worn off and it was clear that we were both going to be stuck in this elevator for quite a while, I would introduce myself, firm handshake, exchange pleasantries. Once that was over with, me being a giant Commodores and Lionel Richie fan, and him being the son-in-law of Lionel Richie, I would undoubtedly ask him, "Hey, do you have any interesting stories that you've heard from Lionel Richie about his time with the Commodores and sort of just the music industry in its early aughts?" If he does, great. I would sort of use this as a jumping off point to talk about how the music industry has changed. What was it like for his dad coming up? And sort of how has it changed over time in his father's opinion, in his own opinion, and sort of how does the role of record label executive in 2025 change from the role of a record label executive in 1985? From there, I would definitely ask him, what does he look for in an A&R today? Being an A&R has undoubtedly changed in terms of just how you find music. It's no longer going to clubs or restaurants or bars to see bands perform. It's going on social media, scouring YouTube, endless tracks on YouTube and SoundCloud, and sort of, what would he look for in a person to do that? What are those skills? What are those intangibles that he would look for? Um, After that, I would say, Elliot Grainge, you have a pretty amazing job being a record label executive. It's a job that most people can only dream of. What's the hardest thing about what you do? What's your least favorite thing that you have to do on a day-to-day basis? And then once I learned that, I'd probably ask him, okay, what's your favorite thing that you get to do? What's your favorite moments working with artists? What's your favorite part about being a record label executive? And then sort of maybe as the construction or repairman or sort of working on the door, I would ask him finally, if I wanted to be you, if I wanted to be like Grainge, or if I wanted to have a role that's either equal or like it, where should I start? What should I be doing? Um, and because, the pathways to becoming a record label executive or working in the music industry aren't very simple. There's so many avenues and routes that people have taken historically. And, what would he do if you were in my position? And then maybe if they're still having trouble getting the door open, I would finally ask them, if you could do any other job besides being a record label executive, what would you do? Um, because, maybe he has some other hobbies, maybe he has some other skills that people don't really know about. And so once they got the doors open, I'd shake his hand, thank him for his time, definitely give him his contact information, or definitely give him my contact information, excuse me. And, you know, I would walk out and tell him to have a nice day. And that would kind of be it. Yeah.